let me ask you this here. When you're thinking about putting content together, video content together for YouTube, for your
Mhm.
YouTube channel, do you ever get to a point where, because, a lot of people talk about, YouTube fatigue, where, a lot of content creators, they just get burnt out. It's just like, hey,
Oh yeah, it happens all the
I'm
time.
burnt out. You hear people like posting videos every day, and then it's just like, oh, have you ever gotten to a point where it was it was too much, or it was emotion, or creativity and emotion is on the same sort of side of the
Yeah,
brain, right? So it's just like, have you ever gotten to a point where you just got a little emotional, or like you didn't want to do it, or you were just like,
oh yeah,
oh, I don't
it's
know,
happened a bunch of times that
right?
I'm just like,
Mhm.
screw this channel. I don't need to do this anymore. This is
Like,
a lot of
shut
work
it down.
because people don't appreciate how much work goes into making videos. Like they just see the
Dude.
video and like, okay, cool, it's the video's there. But like I spend, I'm spending like an hour or two or just doing research, looking up stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm looking into stuff
Mhm.
well into advance before I sit down and talk it. Because when you're talking on a microphone, you have to be correct. And if you're wrong, the video is just useless. And
Yeah.
people are gonna let you know you're wrong, and you're gonna
Mhm.
lose subscribers or viewers, whatever. So I try
Right.
and be as accurate as possible.
Mhm.
But people don't appreciate all of the research and stuff that you did to go
They don't
find
get
this
that.
thing.
They're looking at the
And
final product.
then the editing the videos is the other thing. So like
Yeah.
I'm doing research to go find out what I'm talking about. And I gotta actually record it. And
Mhm.
then I gotta go edit it. And then I gotta
Yeah.
upload it. And I gotta go
Mhm.
find artwork. And I gotta go find like what's the article about. And I gotta put the tags and that kind of stuff in there. And like it's a whole process. Like that's a whole solid day of work.
It
Just
really
as a
is.
9 to 5, that's a solid day of work just in general. And you know, people see it and like, oh, I don't like that
this,
video. All right,
this is
whatever. Like it's
serious, yeah.
okay.
And then you get like
And then
like views on it, even though you're gonna have it
yeah,
up, and it's gonna be sort of like an it's just gonna be up for really forever, and those views get tick up after a while. But you're right,
yeah,
you put a lot of time and effort
mm-hmm.
into creating a 10-minute clip, a 10-minute
Yeah. I did
video.
the review I did for the documentary about the female DJs.
Mhm.
I ugh, I recorded for like an hour and maybe 10 or 20 minutes.
Did your
Just going. I
yeah.
was just going and I was like, oh, I need to edit this down so it's less it needs to be more cohesive and try and get to the point faster
Right.
and
Mhm.
kind of be easier to listen to rather than
Mhm.
just me talk. Because I recorded like I would if I was talking straight to the people as a podcast.
Right.
And I was like, this doesn't translate to video. So the
Mhm.
video's still long. I think the video is like 30 something minutes, almost 40 minutes. But like there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to cover and I wanted to get to my feelings about it as a DJ in this space and dealing with other people. And like I couldn't do that in 10 minutes. And I don't think that was fair because the subject is so it's a critical subject that deserves time for people to expand upon it. So that's a video that barely anybody watched because again, it proves my point about the issue here. There's not that much interest in it. And so that was
Great.
more like a labor of love for me to just express how
Right.
I felt about the
Mhm.
thing rather than, well, there's a video that I spent a good 2 days recording and editing and putting this thing together that everyone's gonna watch and it's gonna get thousands of views. Like, that's not the case. I don't think it's gotten over 400 views yet. I think it's,
Mhm.
like, still 200 or 300 views, which is okay,
Yeah.
but I get I definitely get you when you're doing content like that, you get stressed out of, "I spent hours on this thing," and then 3 people, like, put a thumbs up. I'm like, "Oh, what am I
Yeah.
doing this
Mhm.
for?"
Yeah. It's so
But
true.
and it's funny, like,
Mhm.
you can't tell what's gonna be successful and what's not gonna be successful before you make it.
Yeah.
There's ideas about videos where you're like, "You know what? This probably do okay, and, this is a topic that I think people will like," but when you throw it into the wind, like, you just gotta hope for the best, like, honestly.